Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and today we are zooming into business with one of our favorites, Rod Loveless from Edward Jones. So good morning, Rod.
Good morning, Janie. How are you?
Good. Now, Rod, your family's been around for a long time in the financial business.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved to Wadsworth in 1984, and my dad was a financial advisor and my mom ran the office. So it was
Okay.
truly, started from the ground up by the two of them, which is fun and exciting. And today now, my brother and I run part of that business together. Although we're in different locations in Wadsworth, that's kind of the business model of Edward Jones. We're not competition, but we weren't able to stay together. That's kind of the cool thing about Edward Jones. It gives you a lot of flexibility, independence, autonomy. But yeah, since 1984, we've been doing it and it's been great. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about probably what a lot of people find with family businesses is that I get to help people out with their finances that worked with my parents in the 80s and 90s, which is a lot of fun. They tell me stories that I would never get to hear otherwise. And so it adds a lot of depth to my job, because of
You
that.
know, I'm in Lions with your dad, not that
Yeah.
we've met for the past year, and I am sure there's a whole big old bunch of stories.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about Edward Jones.
Yeah, when I knew we were going to do this conversation, I looked into it because I knew we've been recognized for many years as great place to work, really high client and customer satisfaction, and just in February of this year, Fortune magazine, who ranks the top 100 companies to work for annually, in
Hmm.
2020 we got number 7 out of.
Wow.
So that's great. And then they ranked us number 1 for financial services. In our industry, we're ranked number 1, and that's 2 years in a row. So as a great place to work. Um, I believe if you have employees that are happy, they know they're at a good place. They're going to, as a person who's trying to figure out their finances and contact the right financial advisor for them, it's very important to understand that that financial advisor is happy with where they're at. And so, we've always ranked really high in great places to work. But on the client service side of it, Forrester came out in June of last year and ranked us number 1 among financial services firm for customer client satisfaction. And that was the 5th year in a row that we were
Oh
number 1.
my gosh.
So we really dominate um, our area of the financial services. And then when you break it down even further and you look at Ohio, we were ranked best employer in Ohio in March of this year already. So that, I believe, is of every company in Ohio. And this press release, which was March 12th, 21, Edward Jones ranked number 1 on best employers in Ohio 2020 list. And we have 520 branches in Ohio. So we're a massive company trying to bring, our thing we've always said since I can remember, trying to bring Wall Street to Main Street. When we started doing that, it was more difficult when the technology really wasn't there in the 80s for my parents to do that.
Hmm.
We had big satellite dishes on top of offices, pulling in that data in order to have these small offices. It was a unique business model. And so it's been life-changing for our family. And it's been just a pleasure to work for a company that really respects employees, takes serious how we treat our clients also. It's
You
pretty
know, I
neat.
was going to ask you what is unique about your business, but I think we've learned that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So your work environment has to be wonderful.
it is. It is. If you like a small business, it is as good as it gets. When we hire people, on this, I wasn't sure if this would come up, but I think it's pretty cool too because it's the first time I figured out. Fortune in August of last year ranked us number 2 overall for best workplaces for millennials. So if you're looking to start your own business, you have nothing out of the pocket. We have the best training programs. We front everything for you. We push you really hard to become profitable so that you start making money yourself. And it's a privately held firm. I'm a partner. So if you do well, I and my partnership will do well also. So we're hiring. It's a great opportunity if you want to run a small business. It's just a really great thing. Yeah.
Now, Rod, tell us, why do you love what you do? Because I can tell you love what you do.
Yeah. It's interesting because I worked for 10 years in this business before I came to Edward Jones, which, it took a little time for me to come back to Wadsworth after having grown up here. And I can tell you the one thing that I like and I saw last year, and it is still leveraging kind of the story of Edward Jones, is we focus on individual investors. We aren't necessarily great at the small business part of what we offer. We do offer 401ks and things like this, but we're really good at the individual investor. And what I love about the job is the opportunity to hear what people are trying to do with their lives financially. And it's a lot of fun, and it can be a lot of numbers, analytics, but it can be very creative. Everybody comes in here as an individual, a different individual looking for having different goals and pulling that goal out of them and then wrapping it all up, putting it together in a plan. And I tell everybody, I'm like, not everybody's a perfect fit for me. You'll kind of know it and I kind of know it. But if we decide to do this thing together, it's a 20-year relationship. It's not a transactional situation where you come in and then you never see me again. It's something that we build trust. And if we both feel the good energy that we can put up with each other for the next 20 years, then let's do it. And that's the best part of the job. And we are always evolving and moving towards how we can best serve that individual. And during the past year, during this pandemic, we as a company just flipped and turned everything in a situation where we took advantage of the current technologies and the current needs and did more and more and more so we could do and serve those individuals and help them reach their goals, even though they couldn't come in my office. We put every piece of document that you could sign for e-signature, which we didn't really do much of before. Right now, everything is there. So I love that. I love that we're still really flexible. I love that the relationships and the people I get to work with are long-term and they're not transaction-based. Yeah.
Now, Rod, for Edward Jones, how can people find you?
Yeah, edwardjones.com. You can put in our zip, put in Wadsworth. There are 3 offices here in Wadsworth. My brother has one and Greg Woolman has one in downtown Wadsworth. We're all great advisors. We're all very different. You meet one and hey, if it doesn't work with me, Greg and Matt are great advisors too, and can help you out there.
Well, Rod, it's always a treat talking to you, but I love your passion for this business. That is awesome. So,
Thanks.
Rod, thanks for visiting with us this morning, and we're going to come see you at your beautiful office.
Yeah. Thanks, Janie. Thank you for everything you do for our community. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.